as an individual, I subscribe to Rose's ethos, hiding ain't living.
That's right.
And I actually don't think that anyone should have to hide who they are.
Well, congratulations on Love Hurts. It's
you.
a lot of fun, and it's got a lot of action, and I really enjoyed watching it.
Good.
Yeah. So I'm going to go to you first, Kay, because this film has so much going on. Lots of humor, lots of action. And then there's a lot of serious themes happening as well. And I really love Marv in his world as a realtor and how much he loves his new life.
Right.
Would you talk a little bit about his shot at a new life and what that means to him?
Yeah, what I love about Marvin Gable is that he recognizes he's a flawed human being, and what he has done with his brother is really despicable.
Yeah.
And when you look at it, out of all the profession that he chooses to do, he wanted to be a real estate agent, and that's really a reflection on how, like in the past, he has destroyed so many homes, and now he wants to build homes for people.
Yeah.
And aside from wanting to redeem himself, he really wants a second chance. And it shows when you see how passionate he is in his really very mundane life, his 9 to 5, doing the same thing over and over again. But it is that second chance that I really resonate with and relate to, because I, on a personal level, I certainly wouldn't be here if the Daniels didn't give me my second opportunity and bring me back. So that's what I love about this movie and about this character. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're back in headlining a film.
I know.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
It's incredible.
Thank you.
It's so good to see you. And then, Ariana, would you talk a little bit about Rose's second chance?
Yeah, Rose's second chance is different from Marvin's. It's born from something different.
Yeah.
I think you're meeting a woman who it's very clear that she had taken a path that was questionable and was given a second chance by this person next to me.
Yes.
But I think you're meeting her when she has made the active choice to flip the table and ask questions later. And I really liked that. I thought it was liberating, a little unhinged.
Yeah.
Totally unhinged. But she's doing it from the space of like, not only do we deserve a second chance, we deserve a second chance to live in the fullness of our personhood. And you only get to do that when you acknowledge your past and mold it with your future.
Yeah.
It's your light and your dark. You put them together and you have a whole experience.
Yeah.
And I really loved that. I had so much fun in the sandbox with her. It was great.
It looks like it. I think it shows.
Thanks.
Yeah. And then, Key, I think there's a really interesting theme going on here around family. And Marvin finds a found family, his new family. And
Played by Sean Astin.
yes, Sean Astin. That's right. Incredible. Goonies.
Yes.
I didn't make that connection.
Yeah.
In real time. In real time.
So, found family versus his blood brother who's made him do horrific things. And would you talk a little bit about kind of what that means to find your people?
That is very different from my own life.
Yeah.
Marvin Gable, of course, he's trying to break up with his past, and that's his brother. He's so done with killing people, and he found a purpose with Cliff, and what Cliff represents, and all the values that Cliff, instill in him. For me, ever since I was young, my family has always been there for me. In fact, my parents, I have a very unique background. I was born in Vietnam, and we escaped and went to Hong Kong and spent a year in a refugee camp. And so for it's very different. Having gone through that, our family are very, bonded, and we're very supportive, especially for me, and what makes it really beautiful in the last few years is seeing how proud they are of me.
Yeah. I love that. Thank you. Thank you. And Ariana, Rose has an ethos that is loaded, especially now. Hiding ain't living.
It is.
I mean, I think so many of us can relate to that.
Yeah.
And would you kind of lean into what that means to Rose?
Well, Rose, the ethos in the what do I want to say about this? Oh, there's so much I want to say
It's
about
packed.
this, actually. It's very loaded, especially, I mean, you never know when a film is actually going to be given to the world. So I find it intriguing that it's being given to the world right now.
Yes.
As an individual, I subscribe to Rose's ethos, hiding ain't living.
That's right.
And I actually don't think that anyone should have to hide who they are. Period. I understand, given the way the world seems to be wagging at the moment, stealth is a choice made from safety. But it's not what you deserve.
Right.
You deserve the opportunity to embrace all of who you are, all of your personhood, to go and live a full life. And I think Rose, in her own way, that is her whole pursuit of just trying to balance the damn scales. And I think when you're watching a woman who has, done maybe some questionable things in her past, she has been given a second chance, but you watch the world push her to a point of having to interrogate others in a certain way just to get an answer. How many women, people of color, queer people feel like they're pushed to a limit just to get an answer these days? I think there's many ways to relate to her, even though she's giving unhinged. But behind it all, there's an intelligence, and there's a real, genuine, just love for another person. That's like, we all deserve better. We deserve more. And no one should be put in a position like this. It shouldn't be. It is. But what are you going to do about it? Which is why I really just love the phrase, she chose to flip the table and figure it out as it happened. And I'm beginning to wonder if that's what we may need to do in the current circumstances. Either. Hi-ya! What are we going to do now?
Everything has a bigger picture.
It does.
This movie is deep.
It's deep.
Yeah.
And it's entertaining. But
It's
there's
so
a lot
entertaining.
going on. And
Yeah.
I think I like this film so much because it trusts its audience to make those connections.
That's right.
Right? You can still be highly entertained by a film and also realize, oh, you're asking me some big questions right now. What do I actually think about that? And that's the point of art and entertainment. It should be the point of art and entertainment in our world today.
Yeah.
So.
Great. Thank you so much. That
Thank
was
you.
incredible. Kate, I want to ask you, I love Marv's relationship with Ashley. I think it's sweet, and there's a lot of love there and funny. Would you talk a little bit about working with Leo?
Leo is so wonderful. I had the best of time, and honestly, Leo brings so much to that character, and Leo's performance in that, every time I see it, it's so effortless. We have, I really enjoy, the scene that we did in the office.
So funny.
And I think they are so funny.
Very funny.
Yeah, very funny.
Yeah.
And then also, Leo's relationship with Raven.
Raven,
is so beautiful. Here, you see the birth of a love relationship through poetry, and both of them are so good.
Yeah, it's incredible. Really funny. I want to talk to you, Ariana. I know you've done some action with Argyle, and would you talk a little bit about choreographing these fight scenes and how close this came to any dance experience that you
Yeah,
have?
I mean, my dance background was very helpful.
Yeah.
On this particular project, hands down. You know,
Yeah.
I approached it very much from the space of it's the same palette. I'm just using different colors. But I don't know. I really dove in head first.
Yeah.
And I just was like, teach me anything you want. Let's go. I love to rehearse. You know, I really do. And
Yeah.
you know, first time I threw a punch on screen, this one was like
I was so scared
terrified.
for the other actor because her punch literally came half an inch from his nose,
Yes,
and I
but
really thought she was going to break his nose.
I am very spatially aware, thanks to my dance training.
Of course.
So, you know, in that way, it was very helpful because I was able to make some things more realistic that I actually kind of was like, okay, don't look too much like a dancer. You're a fighter. Like,
Yeah.
you may be elegant, but, like, you are a woman defending herself. You, like...
Yeah.
I honestly, you and I are doing a dance right now. I dance
Yes.
everywhere I go. Like
That's
the way I
right.
walk down the hallway is a dance, because it's all body language.
That's right.
But I think, you know, it was a real challenge to get her to sit where I wanted her to be. But I think what JoJo has molded, it's the best of all the things that I'm pretty good at, I think. So.
Yeah.
You know what I think about it? Me worrying about the other, she breaking his nose. You know, the irony of that is towards the end of the movie, the big finale, she almost got her nose broken.
Oh, no. We can't have
Yeah,
that.
there was one particular move where a stunt guy elbowed her and it hit her.
Yeah, it did. It just went a little bit awry.
A little tap.
A little. I don't know if it's a little tap.
When it happened,
But
the
it-
entire cast and crew just went,
Oh, no.
I mean, I've heard silence like that before, but not in this particular version of the world. But no, I took a pretty big shoulder to the nose, and it was the second to last day of shooting, and I just harnessed all my tough bitch realness and said, I will not be the wimp that shuts down this production.
Yeah.
Just get me everything that I need to move forward safely, which they did.
and then a couple of
And
Tylenols too.
A couple of Tylenols. I think I have a video of me like putting my face in ice.
Oof.
It was rough, and I did have a headache for a while, and then I went to host the Tonys afterward.
That's right.
And I was very sensitive to light and sound. So how I did that, I will never know. But
Just because you're such a pro.
the show must go on,
The show
as
must
they
go
as they
on.
say. And like when I decide I'm showing up, I'm showing up. So and that was that was definitely one of those days. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you. And Key, would you talk a little bit about unrequited love and this that comes to fruition, though, this love with Rose that kind of comes to be, and what it's like to, as Marv, have this longing for all those years.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite interesting, isn't it, when you have a crush on somebody,
Yeah.
but yet you don't have the courage to act on those emotions, and that's Marvin Gable. You know, he loved her so much, but again, this is also his own insecurity. He doesn't think he's good enough for her because how much and how great he thinks she is. He feels that she deserves someone better than him, especially of what he does for a living. And what's so beautiful about this story is, there's a happy ending. And I hope, everyone who goes watch this movie gets their own happy ending.
Oh,
You know?
yeah, we need that.
Yeah,
I have one more question for you, I think, before I have to wrap. Would you talk about finding love in unexpected places?
Oh, I love that element of our film. I think for me, when I read the script and even in the process of making the film with Key, who was very easy to fall in love with, by the way,
I can see
it's
that.
such a reminder of just getting out of your own way, you know? It's like from Marvin's perspective, as he's spoken so beautifully and clearly about, like, he just sees how great she is and thinks he's not good enough. And Rose is here like, oh, look at him.
Here.
I'm right here. Just say something. Just say something. And I think, you know, Rose would probably say, like, do you not see what I'm doing right now? I am doing this for you and for me. I'm doing this for us. And so it's like you get to think about, you know, love is all around if you have the courage to open your eyes and just see that it's there.
Yeah.
You know, talking about unexpected places to find love. For me, I remember going to the movie theaters with someone I have a huge crush on, with popcorn and a soda, and just watching the movie, and at the same time looking to the person I love, and trying to find that moment to hold her hand, or to put my arm around,
to make the
you know,
move.
do this to make the move, exactly. And so, yeah. So, and what's so great about it is that I think, you know, the beginning of a beautiful relationship happens a lot in the movie theater.
It
And
does.
that's why people should go to the movie theaters and watch Love Hurts, because you never know what's going to happen.
It's true. You might find your courage. You might get out of your own way.
I love it. Thank you so much. I do have to wrap, but thank you.